Back at it because we're basketball addicts here on the Hangout on the western side of things. Number 1, San Antonio. Number 8, Dallas. And they had to fight right for the last game to ensure that they would be in that 8th spot. I think this is a dangerous series. Not as dangerous as the year that they played Memphis and lost their number 1 seed. Ali, I'll start with you. What is your prediction for the San Antonio Spurs up against Dirk Nowitzki and his Dallas Mavericks?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know what to say here. I love the Spurs. I think their coach is amazing this season. I think he exceeded expectations. I think he might win Coach of the Year. I think the Spurs are going to take it. I don't know how many games.
All right, Dan. Spurs, get out of this.
We started this show on this couch a year ago when the playoffs started, and some of us made the mistake at times of picking against San Antonio. I was one of them.
Yes.
You were one of the other ones.
I might do it again this year.
You were one of them. There is no way I'm picking Dallas over the only team in the West that can beat San Antonio is Oklahoma City, and even that I'm not sure. San Antonio's got this series.
Our producer
about a
Sweet
sweep,
is
but
going to
they-
disagree because he thinks
they got
Golden State can do a lot of damage here.
Oh, no, they cannot.
Are you saying Dallas or San Antonio?
Oh, San Antonio for sure.
I'm going to say Dallas.
4-1. I mean, Popovich is amazing. This man could probably sub the 4 of us.
We'd win.
One of the camera guys here, maybe Ansel out here, and beat any team in the NBA. The system works no matter who you put in there. I call it 4-1 for the Spurs. They're just firing on all cylinders, and they got some rest down the stretch as well.
I think a lot of it's Popovich too. I really give him a lot of credit for taking
Genius.
He's probably going to go down as the coach of his generation. I just want to be the guy that goes out on the limb and says there's a chance that Dirk Nowitzki, knowing that, coming down to the twilight of his career, I think there is a
He doesn't
slight
have enough
chance.
help.
You just said that on air.
What?
You can't take that back now.
I believe there's a chance that Dirk Nowitzki will take this series. I have that much faith. Let's move on to a team I don't have a lot of faith in, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Well, I mean, Russell Westbrook coming back, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. So we got to get into the Thunder matchup because this may end up being one of the more fun series. We're looking at a matchup between the two Team Oklahoma City and Memphis, a team that I think is way better in the post. And that may be where they can turn the key in this series. Drew, are you agreeing with me that Zebo and Marc Gasol can give problems to this Oklahoma City Thunder team and maybe take the series?
Oh, 100%. I mean, we saw what happened last year, right? They got them out, although without Westbrook. They have a lot of size inside, and again, they're peaking at the right time. It's playoff time. This is when you want to be playing your best basketball. I think for OKC, the synergy between Durant and Westbrook, how that's going to play out.
There is no synergy.
Well, they're going to have to develop
There's one guy going when he wants, and the other guy saying, okay, fine.
They're going to have to develop it. If they want to go far, there's got to be give and take.
What
and
year is this
the way
for them?
Durant's been playing, I think he's going to have to step back a bit, Westbrook, and they're going to have to let Durant, be the one that's going to.
They should have already solved this. This is year, 6?
I'm not seeing the issues that you guys are bringing up right now. I think the Thunder have figured out a lot of things this year. I think
You don't see the issues.
I don't see the issues. I really don't.
There's been games where they're still not.
They still don't have a
They
strong
just
identity.
go out and win. Look, Memphis is a very difficult first-round series. That is the one team Oklahoma City did not want to get. And Memphis Grizzlies, without Rudy Gay, great playoff team. But I still have faith in Oklahoma City. I think Durant is playing on a level that we've seen it with LeBron in years past, but he's at his absolute best, and I don't think there's anybody around there who can beat them, maybe San Antonio.
They should get to the
I
West
think
Finals.
a couple teams.
They should get to the West Finals.
OKC should for sure.
There are a couple teams that could beat them. Are you buying the untouchable Oklahoma City Thunder that Dan Gladman's selling to us right now?
I think that Durant should shine. I want Westbrook to step back at the court, but step up on the runway to the change room because I want to see what he's going to wear through these playoffs. Because I'm just putting that out there.
I knew.
I got to do a little.
I think he's got an outfit with some of these on it too.
He
I've
probably
seen
has
that out there.
multiple. I'm looking forward to the Westbrook fashion.
All right, another series that I think is going to be real crazy, real wild. Let's talk about this Clippers-Nuggets. Clippers-Nuggets, guys. Or Warriors, sorry, yes. The Nuggets completely
gone.
squandered
Gone
their
fishing.
opportunity because of Danilo Gallinari, of course, being hurt.
Clippers.
But this Clippers team,
Series.
this is a series that I think is going 7, despite the fact that Andrew Bogut with the fractured rib will not be out there to help defend the rim against the assault effect of DeAndre and Blake. But I've got this going 7. Who wants to disagree with me? Who thinks this is going to be a shorter series than that?
Well, the fact that Bogut's not there, it kind of really, that's a big part of, even defensively, just
What
for
they
him
do.
being in the paint and, just causing disruptions there. So I would have picked the Warriors before this, but man, after that injury, I got to go with the Clippers. I think, 6 or 7 for sure. At least 6 it's going, but I go with the Clippers in this one.
You're a Clipper guy.
Every time I watch the Warriors play, I go, this Steph Curry is my favorite basketball player. I love watching this kid play. He is awesome. And I do think last year he stole that Denver series almost single-handedly. They don't have Bogut. The Clippers have Doc Rivers coaching them. I don't think the Clippers are going to get to the West Finals, but right now, the way it's set up, I feel like the Warriors were a bit of a one-hit wonder last year, and I think the Clippers are taking that series max 6, maybe 5.
All right, here's my beef with that series, and I think this is what's going to come down to. In the Game 7, it's going to come down to coaching. And I'm siding with Brian Scalabrine. I think sometimes Mark Jackson just rolls the ball out there and lets his guys go play ball. But when it comes down to execution, you're coaching against Doc Rivers. There's going to be some substitutions going to have to be made. There's going to be some calls that have to be made. And I think the trump card is held by the Los Angeles Clippers because they got that old dog from the Celtics.
I just don't think it's going to even get that far.
No,
I agree. I think there's a huge coaching advantage there for the Clippers, but I don't think Golden State can extend them to Game 7.
Well, you know what? You say a huge
Wait.
coaching advantage, but I don't think, Jackson's been given a lot of credit this year. There's been talk about, him being on the hot seat. I think that's just incredulous that this man has done it.
I disagree with you. I think one of the problems with this group is they don't manage possessions enough.
They do.
And they kind of just go out there trying to play to win.
But to say that the man can't coach.
No, he can
that's
coach.
What I'm saying.
But I think he's reached the ceiling with this group. I do believe he's not the coach of this group next year. They got to bring someone else in who can take them to that next level. Listen, we're having a lot of fun talking about the playoffs. There's still more to break down. Plus, I want to know who's going to be coach of the year in this year's NBA. And I have an inkling that Toronto might be involved.